Did you know that Americans lose over $10 billion every year to credit card fraud? And here's the scary part. Anyone can get the tools to clone your card for as little as $10. That's right, a simple device, which you can buy on Amazon, allows scammers to clone your card in just seconds. Today we're going deep into how credit card cloning works, how easy it is for scammers to access this technology, and what you can do to protect yourself from becoming a victim. Credit card cloning isn't just something you see in movies, it's a real, everyday threat that's getting easier and cheaper for criminals to pull off. Whether it's at an ATM, a gas station, or even just passing by someone in public, scammers today can swipe your card's details without ever touching it. And with technology getting smaller and cheaper, the tools for this type of theft are readily available to anyone. So, how exactly does this scam work? Let's break it down. Credit card cloning starts with a device known as a magnetic stripe reader. These readers are designed to capture the information stored on the magnetic stripe of a credit or debit card. Details like your card number, expiration date, and account holder's name. Once a scammer has access to this information, it's game over. They can use it to create a clone of your card. Imagine this. You're out for dinner and hand your card to the server. They take it to the back to process the payment. In just a few seconds, they could run your card through a magnetic stripe reader and clone your information. Or think about paying at a bar or a hotel, places where your card is taken out of sight even for a moment. In that short amount of time, everything a scammer needs to clone your card is captured. And it doesn't stop at restaurants. These readers can be found anywhere, at gas stations, ATMs, and retail stores. Scammers will often attach small skimming devices onto these machines, making it easy to clone dozens, even hundreds of cards in a single day. And because these skimming devices are often hidden in plain sight, many victims don't even know their card was cloned until they see fraudulent charges. Once a scammer has cloned your card information, they can either sell it on the dark web or use it themselves for unauthorized purchases. Think about it. Your cloned card could be funding shopping sprees, luxury hotels, or even plane tickets, all without you ever knowing who's behind it. By the time you realize what's happened, the damage could already be done. Card cloning is a low-cost, high-reward scam that's rapidly growing in popularity because it's quick, effective, and leaves very little trace. With a cheap magnetic reader and a little bit of patience, scammers can turn your card information into instant cash flow. And now, as contactless payments and tap-to-pay cards become more common, the technology to steal card information is evolving too. But before we dive into the rise of contactless skimming, let's look at just how easy it is for anyone to get their hands on these devices. Now, you might assume that getting your hands on a card cloning device requires access to the dark web or some black market connection. But the reality is even more shocking. Anyone can go online and purchase a portable magnetic stripe reader for as little as $8 to $20. These devices are marketed for legitimate uses, like reading gift cards, Idaho badges, or rewards cards, but they're easily repurposed for card cloning. But what about skimming devices? These are a bit more sophisticated but still widely available online. Skimmers can be attached to ATMs, gas pumps, and payment terminals, and are often disguised to look like part of the original machine. With a skimmer in place, scammers don't even need to handle your card directly. They simply wait for unsuspecting customers to swipe, and every card used on that machine is recorded. Some of these skimmers even come equipped with Bluetooth technology, allowing scammers to collect the data remotely. That means they don't need to risk coming back to retrieve the skimmer. They can gather the data from a safe distance. As contactless payment methods become more popular, a new type of cloning has emerged: contactless skimming. If you've ever used tap-to-pay or contactless payment with your credit or debit card, you know how convenient it is. But that convenience comes with a risk. Using a technology known as RFID skimming, scammers can capture your card's information just by being near you. And yes, these RFID readers are available for purchase online too. Imagine standing in line at a coffee shop or riding a crowded subway. Scammers with an RFID reader can steal your card's data simply by passing near your wallet or bag. It's called contactless skimming, and it's becoming more common as contactless payments gain popularity. This kind of skimming doesn't even require physical contact. The scammer just needs to get close enough for the RFID reader to pick up the data. And with many of these devices disguised as something innocent, like a smartphone or power bank, spotting a skimmer can be nearly impossible. Once they have your information, they can quickly create a clone of your card or even use your details to make online purchases. Victims often don't realize anything is wrong until they notice unusual charges on their statements days or weeks later. By then, the scammer has already moved on, making it incredibly hard to trace back to them. And with the continued rise of contactless technology, these types of skimming tools are only getting cheaper and more accessible, making it a growing concern for anyone using tap to pay. Now that you know just how easy it is for scammers to access your card information, it's essential to take proactive steps to protect yourself from both traditional card cloning and contactless skimming. Here's how. First, start with an RFID blocking wallet or sleeve. These are designed to prevent unauthorized RFID readers from accessing your contactless card data. If you carry a tap-to-pay card, adding this simple layer of protection can make a big difference. Next, get in the habit of inspecting ATMs and gas pumps before use. Skimmers are often attached to card readers, so check for any unusual parts, loose pieces, or added bulk around the card slot. If anything looks suspicious, it's best to avoid that machine. When possible, choose credit over debit. Credit cards generally offer better fraud protection, and disputing unauthorized charges is easier on a credit account than on a bank account, adding a second layer of security. Set up transaction alerts for peace of mind. Many banks and credit card providers offer real-time alerts for purchases. Getting notified of unexpected charges right away lets you act quickly if your card is compromised. Finally, stay aware in crowded areas. Scammers with portable RFID readers often target crowded spaces, so keep your wallet in a secure spot and stay mindful of people standing too close. By following these simple precautions, you can greatly reduce the risk of falling victim to card cloning or skimming. Scammers rely on people being unaware and unprotected, so a little vigilance goes a long way in keeping your information secure. So what should you do if you suspect that your card has been cloned, or if you notice suspicious transactions on your statement? Here are the steps you should take right away. First step, contact your bank or credit card provider immediately. The sooner you report unauthorized charges, the better. Your bank or card provider will cancel your card, send you a replacement, and work with you to reverse the fraudulent transactions. Acting quickly increases your chances of recovering your funds. Second step, review all recent transactions. Carefully go through your recent statements to identify any other unauthorized charges. Reporting all instances of fraud at once will help your bank or card provider resolve the issue faster and provide a clearer picture of any ongoing fraud. Third step, freeze your credit if you suspect a larger breach. Freezing your credit with major bureaus can prevent further identity theft, unauthorized applications, or other forms of fraud that could result from the data breach. This step is crucial if you believe your information is at risk of broader misuse. Fourth step, file a police report for significant losses. If the fraudulent charges amount to a substantial sum, consider filing a police report. This not only documents the fraud but can also be helpful if you need to file an insurance claim or further dispute charges with your bank. Taking quick action is essential to stop further damage and recover your money. Most banks are more likely to reverse fraudulent charges if reported promptly, so don't hesitate to act if you notice something unusual. A little urgency now can make a big difference in protecting your finances. Credit card cloning and skimming are on the rise, and with technology getting cheaper and more accessible, it's more important than ever to stay vigilant. Protecting your card information doesn't have to be difficult, but it does require awareness and a few extra precautions. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you know who uses contactless payments or is worried about credit card fraud. Let's spread awareness and stay one step ahead of the scammers. Thanks for watching and stay safe.